Okay, so welcome back to this training. So I was explaining uh, about bash scripting. So bash scripting is just a way to give command to your computer without having to use the graphical user interface. So the graphical user interface is the normal method of operating your computer where you uh, most times you use your mouse, you pick tools, you select, and you do most of the things. So in the olden days, during the time computer was evolving, there weren't much graphical user interface tools to operate your computer. So nowadays we now have graphical user interfaces. And Now, as a developer, you need a sound knowledge of command line, terminal, how to use terminals, using command and all these things to operate. It makes work easier. Most times computer during the loading time of a graphical user interface, it usually takes time to load those graphics and make the things presentable. So nowadays we apply the use of those days to make everything easy. We apply the use of commands. So commands are easy because they don't have to load the graphical user interface, the graphics, the images, and all that. All right. So and that is all you need to know about terminal and shell and all that. All right, that's the beginners for the beginners. So I'm going to show you some of the basic commands we'll be using here. And the first command we'll be talking about is the command to identify the location where you are. Because we are not working on a graphical user interface, it may look a little difficult, and sometimes we may get confused to knowing the actual location we are. So to do that, we use the command that is called print working document directory. Sorry, the working directory, and that is pwd. So if I type pwd and hit my enter button, automatically you will see that I am the home folder and in the users folder around the home. So this is where I am. And then if I want to see the whole files and documents that is actually in this location, I'm going to use the command called list, ls. So I'm going to type ls and hit enter, and I am going to see. Now this is a folder. Those in the blue color are the folders or the directories, while those in white colors are the files. So this is a file and this is a file. Then these ones are folders. Now to make this is a little bit confusing. This is a little bit confusing, and to make this thing a little clearer, there is a command called tree. So I'm going to type tree, and then this command gives me this in a better format. Now this is to say that in this demo.c or demo.c file folder, that I have files like pusher.c, like demo.c, like main.h, and all these files. These are files. And then here in this my C folder, I have an executable file. You can see it's green in color, it's not blue, it's not white. So this is an executable file. So then this is a text file, and this is a text file also. And then this one is this is a folder containing other folders like HTML and JS. Now within the JS folder we have index.html file. So this is a file in this folder, and this folder is in this folder. So this is just a simple way to make it better understandable. So let me clear this. I use clear, and you can see everything disappears. So this is just a way to clear off the write-ups in your screen. just type clear. And then other commands are, let's take for instance, I want to install something into the system. Now to do that, if I want to install, for instance, maybe Python 3 or whatever job I want to install, I can simply use the command. But I'm not going to do that in this first video. I'm going to do it in the next video. So the next thing I want to do here is I want to create a directory. I want to create a folder. How do I create a folder in the command line? So the simple and the simplest way to create it is to say make directory, mkdir, and then the name of the directory. So let's call it Richard folder. Now this directory has been created. So if I do ls, you will see the Richard folder. It has been created. Now, how do I move from folder to folder? How do I move from one folder to another? So I use the change directory, which is the cd command. Now, if I want to go back, I am going to do cd dash dash, cd dot dot. But if I want to go further, I'm going to select the name of that folder that I want to move into. So I do cd and then the name of the folder, which is, let me move into the Richard folder. The Richard folder. And if I type enter, you can see that this indicates that I am in the Richard folder. Now, if I want to be sure, I will use the print working directory, which is the pwd, which displays the current working directory. So I hit enter, and you can see that I am in the Richard folder. So it's as simple as that. It's very simple. Now, this is a folder, and I want to create a file. And I want to create an empty file, a text file for that. So how do I go about it? So there are several ways to go about it. I can use the touch command. So the touch command. Now touch, and then the name I want to give to that file I want to create. So let's say I want to say that this is a sample text. So I'll set sample text dot txt. So .txt is to indicate and tell the browser or the computer that this is a text file. So you can, if you observe that in your pictures there are extensions of every pictures, like you have the JPG, the PNG, the GIF, the SVG, and all that. So those are the extension. It indicates how the computer will read and understand that file. So .txt extends to tell the computer this is a text file. So if I type enter and I do ls, now you can see that the sample text is in this folder. Now if I want to go back to my previous folder, it's very simple to do that. Or even if I want to go back to another folder, that my previous folder does it. So I will do cd and then space dot dot. Now if I do ls, you see where I am, and you can see that this is the Richard folder. And if I do 3 now, you can see that I will have the Richard folder here, and then within it, now I have a sample text.txt. So this is the simplest way to do this. All right, the next thing, okay, let's say I made a mistake in the name of this file and I want to change the name of this file. So how do I go about it? I use the move command. So the move command can be used to move a file from one place to another. You can also use it to rename a file. Now, if you select a name, if you have a file, for